I love to play what maybe you call smaller places, but part of the mission I had when I had the Casals cello was, as Mrs. Casals, the widow of Casals, who is still alive, she told me, Amit, go and find your voice, your own voice with it. And I realized through the years of playing it that it's not necessarily my cello voice, it's my call. And I realized that when I investigated what he did as a humanitarian, as a cellist, as a musician, was not only to play in Carnegie Hall, was to play in any middle of nowhere place, not just in America, in the world. So a typical tour of Pablo Casals would be to start in New York and to end up in San Francisco 6 months later, and stopping literally in every town in America. And I found many programs he did in Duluth, Minnesota, in Tucson, Arizona, and you name it. And we found the program and I repeated it 100 years later on the same cello. And not only that this was an amazing experience to do it in the same concert series, but also to realize what he played, which is very different than today's concerts. It was sort of more like a meal where you have a short piece, aperitif, then a big half-an-hour piece, and then all desserts, show pieces, short pieces. So you really feel good as audience. But even more so, some of the reviews that we found from those concerts mentioned how he would spend, for instance, in Duluth, he stayed for an hour and a half at the place, talked to each member of the audience. And people don't understand that Pablo Casals back then was like Joe Bon Jovi today, or Michael Jackson, or all those people. I mean, he was the Beatles of the time. He was such a superstar. So for him to stay and to do it, you realize what music was. Music was not, you play a concert, you get a high fee, and you go on to the next one. No, you play everywhere, and you spend time in that place, and you engage with the audience. And so I learned from it that I have to be humble and to do the same, because music is music. That's what you do. So that's my voice.
I love that attitude. Wow, that's very cool. And I don't think we can top that, so I'm going to stop there. Thank you again. We're looking very much forward to seeing you here perform in our wonderful little hall.
Thank you. Great to be here.